Hello everyone, we are students from President University, batch 2021, majoring in accounting. We are from class 3, group 3. Before we jump into the topic, let us introduce ourselves.
Hello guys, I'm Fika Febyana Duha as Leonard Briner.
I am Laura Dwie Aevrilla as Chuck Davis.
And I'm Erika Irawan as the narrator. And the topic we are going to talk about is activity-based product and ethical behavior. Briner Firm is a firm engaged in job manufacturing. The president and manager of Briner Firm, Leonard Briner, assumed that the costing method they were using was wrong. And so, he discussed this problem with the firm's controller, Chuck Davis, who is a CMA.
Good morning, Mr. Chuck. How have you been?
Good morning, Mr. Leonard. I have been doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you, Mr. Leonard?
I'm doing good, but as you know, our firm has been losing market shares over the past 3 years. We have been losing more and more bids, and I don't understand why. At first, I thought other firms were undercutting simply to gain business. But after examining some of the public financial reports, I believe that they are making a reasonable rate of returns. And I'm beginning to believe that our cost and costing methods are at fault.
I'm sorry, but I cannot agree with that. We have good control over our costs. Like most firms in our industry, we use a normal job costing system. So, I really don't see any significant waste in the plan.
However, after talking with some other managers at a recent industrial convention, I'm not so sure that the waste by itself is the issue here. They talk about activity-based management, activity-based costing, and continuous improvement. They mention the use of something called activity drivers to assign overhead. They claim that these new procedures can help produce more efficiency in manufacturing, also better control of overhead, and more accurate product costing. A big deal was made eliminating activities that added no value. Maybe our bids are too high because the other firms have found ways to decrease their overhead costs and to increase the accuracy of their product costing.
I doubt it. For one thing, I don't see how we can increase product costing accuracy. So many of our costs are indirect costs. Furthermore, everyone uses some measure of production activity to assign overhead costs. I imagine that what they are calling activity drivers is just some new buzzword for measure of production volume. Fads in costing come and go. I wouldn't worry about it. I'll bet that our problem with decreasing sales are temporary. You may recall that we experienced a similar problem about 12 years ago. It was 2 years before it straightened out.
I see. I will take your opinion into consideration. Let's discuss this another time with other managers. I will inform you about the time. Thank you, Mr. Chuck. I will see you later.
Sure, thank you as well, Mr. Leonard.
Q&A session.
Question number 1. Do you agree or disagree with Chuck Davis and the advice that he gave to Leonard Briner?
We disagree with Chuck because his opinion has no basis and is not supported by convincing information. Chuck should have not doubted what Leonard said about the activity-based management and costing. Chuck did not even bother to discover and understand what activity-based management and costing are. Therefore, Chuck did not have the slightest idea about the other costing method other than the normal job costing method. So, in our opinion, Chuck should search information regarding the activity-based management and costing so that he can be informed and is able to tell the strengths and the weaknesses of the two methods.
Question number 2. Was there anything wrong or unethical in the behavior that Chuck Davis displayed?
In our opinion, Chuck Davis showed unethical behavior. Institute of Certified Management Accountants, or ICMA, stated that there are 5 ethical principles that a certified management accountant must adhere to. As a CMA, Chuck has failed to comply with the competence ethical principle, in which a CMA should continually develop knowledge and skills. Chuck should have been familiar with all costing methods and is able to choose which method is the best and can increase the sales, as well as to press the purchasing price so that the cost incurred can be lower and more accurate, but with good quality so that the customers can be satisfied and the firm's sales can increase.
Question number 3.8. Do you think that Chuck was well informed, that he was aware of what the accounting implication of activity-based costing were, and that he knew what was meant by cost drivers?
From our standpoint, Chuck was not well informed and unaware of how the activity-based costing is applied. Moreover, he did not know what cost drivers are.
Question number 3.b. Do you think he should have been well informed?
Yes, he should have. We personally think a certified management accountant like Chuck should have been well informed and had knowledge in all costing methods in order to provide helpful information for Greiner firm. By knowing the implementation of the activity-based costing method, Chuck can discover how costs are assigned to each activity in order to produce one product or service.
Question number 3.c. Do any of the standard of ethical conduct for management accountant apply in Chuck case?
The competence ethical principle would suit this case the most. As a certified management accountant, Chuck must keep in mind the competence ethical principle, that is, developing knowledge and skills. Not to mention, Chuck also has to follow relevant laws, regulations, and standards, as well as provide accurate decisions and responsible judgment. Chuck must also gain experience in using other costing methods. In conclusion, Chuck Davis must be responsible and maintain his competence as a certified management accountant, as Institute of Certified Management Accountants, or ICMA, has stated. He should keep well informed of all costing methods. This is all so that he can be of help to Greiner firm, the firm who hired him, and provide useful information. With this, we conclude our Q&A session. Don't forget to like,
Comment.
And shares.
Thank you!